Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, we are continuing with our weekly King of Fighters 15 trailer breakdowns, and today we have Mai Shiranui. Mai, one of the most famous and prolific fighting game characters of all time. Made tons of guest appearances in tons of different franchises, even outside of fighting games. Lots of, let's say, fan art, if you want to put it that way. This is the character Masahiro Sakurai of Smash Bros. Fame warned you about that is not for good boys and girls. So before we get to the direct trailer breakdown, let me tell you a bit about Mai Shiranui. So Mai Shiranui, just like quite a few other King of Fighters characters, originally came from the Fatal Fury franchise. She fights with the style of shiranui-ryu, which is basically your usual ninja stuff with a lot of fire attached to it. Now, normally in these videos, I tell you what the character's about lore-wise, plot-wise in the games, either King of Fighters or the games that came from before, but Mai, not so much. Mai is not a mover and shaker when it comes to the plot. There's one specific thing she's after, and she's been after it in every game, effectively, and that is Andy Bogard. Now, I don't want to make it seem like Mai's kind of a one-trick pony in this regard, but this really is what Mai's main motivation is, right? She's not entering the tournaments to not try to win, I suppose, but when it comes to like the big movers and shakers, when it comes to like, Ness Saga, Orochi Saga, those that came before Saga, all that kind of stuff, it's really all about, I want to marry Andy Bogard. A lot of the reason the women's team exists is because she tries to team up with Andy in the King of Fighters tournaments, and Andy always refuses and always teams up with his bro. So in a lot of ways, when Mai Shiranui is entering the King of Fighters tournament, it is for low-key revenge, basically. She's kind of obsessed with Andy. More than a few King of Fighters games directly reference this when they fight each other, to the point where sometimes she even creates fake children to trick Andy into marrying her. She considers Andy her fiancé, although they aren't actually engaged, but Mai thinks they are. So they are in a relationship, yes, so it's not like pure stalkerdom, because that'd be kind of dark, I suppose. But yeah, the question is, why isn't Andy tying the knot? Is it a fear of commitment? Hey, who knows? But yeah, that is her main motivation, actually. So she is just looking to get married. That's about the long and short of it. Maybe not the deepest plot for what is one of the most famous characters in the history of fighting games, but it is what she's got to work with. And to get all the way real, let's say Mai is not exactly popular for the plot and the lore, right? Because we all know the two biggest reasons she's popular is her gameplay and her mechanics. I hope you weren't thinking of something else. Get your mind out of the friggin' gutter. So gameplay-wise, Mai is a real all-rounder in that she has a lot of good fundamental stuff, especially really good normals. But also her fireball game is above average, as her fan tosses both come in very fast and very slow, which is extra good variants. And her mobility, she has wall dives like Vega from Street Fighter. I guess that's the best way to correlate that. She has the ability to both slow the game down thanks to her fireball game, because even though King of Fighters, yes, you can roll past fireballs, rolling past a slow fan from Mai is kind of a death sentence, because that's exactly what she wants you to do, because the roll startup is invincible, but the recovery is not. Or she can just go ham and just start wall diving everywhere and just use her mobility to an insane degree. She also has multiple ways to alter her air trajectory, which is a pretty rare trait in fighting games in general, and in fact she can do it in a lot of different ways, is very good and very powerful. Overall, Mai is just incredibly solid. She's just good. Now, on to the trailer breakdown. So we get this nice little intro, and hey, it's Mai! And one of the big things to notice here is her model has been improved even over the original debut. I don't know if it's lighting or additional texture pass or something, but the model just looks better. Kudos to SNK, because I keep seeing improvements even trailer to trailer. And now it's time for a barrage of normals as usual. Starting with jump heavy punch into close heavy punch here, using stand heavy kick as an anti-air, crouch heavy kick or sweep, and our forward throw. And we have a return, her down forward light kick. That is a command normal here. It's a multi-hitting slide. So as always, having command normal is very important in KOF in general, and she has not had this move in a long time, so it's a very welcome return. It's multifaceted, so you can let it rock, and you can see here it's 2 hits, or you can special cancel the first hit into whatever you want. From here, we see her blowback attack, so it's heavy punch, heavy kick together. That's a universal power attack, I guess you could say, and in 14 and in 15 it wall bounces. And to talk specifically about Mai, hers is really, really good. The animation itself is a huge normal, so it's amazing for footsies. It's special cancelable, as all of them are, but for Mai specifically, like in 14, any stray hit could be 50% if she had the meter. So yeah, watch out, it's very, very, very good. So after that, we get a little bit of an EX showcase here, showing off a lot of her special moves in EX form. Mai, especially in 14, is a very meter-hungry character because she has some of the best EXs in the game, and probably going to hold true in this game as well. The first of which here, EX Ryuenbu, it launches, it juggles, it's everything you want it to be. We have EX Deadly Ninja Bees, and yes, I know you think that's a silly name, but that's what it's called. Also huge for combos, especially in the corner. EX Musabi no Mai, which is basically, you can consider it like a dive kick, you can change your air angle, and her EX Kachosen, which is her projectile. And this projectile is super, super, super good. First, yes, it beats other fireballs, and if it connects, then it'll launch up and kind of bounce up and be a second projectile. So similar to Enji Mito in Guilty Gear, I guess you could say. So in 14, she was one of the few characters that would actually go into max mode normally without just being in a combo, because this move was that good. For most characters, that's a waste of bar, but not for Mai. But it also came with the caveat, well, okay, now I know you're in max mode, I'll just wait you out. But now you can just do it on demand, so it's going to be a pretty big deal. It was good in 14, and now it's going to be great in 15. Here we see a quick taunt, and now we get into some of the tricks here. So this is one of the ways she can change her air trajectory. So this is down and light kick in the air, and she can use this to create all sorts of mix-ups. Next up, we see some corner combo potential from Mai, ending with an air throw. So that's close light kick into heavy kick to Ryuenbu, this is the regular version, which juggles, and then we can go into the EX version, which re-juggles. Once again, it's really important for combos, that tool. And then we jump and combo into our air throw. Now in KOF, it's actually pretty common to combo into throws, unlike some other fighting games, just so you know. Now here's the thing, so close light kick into heavy kick, that's a Mai thing. There's a couple other characters, but that's not standard. Most characters you cannot chain normals. You can't just go like light to heavy. Now you could link light to heavy, yes, but you just normally couldn't go into it, so that's a bonus Mai trick. Another quick combo we have here, jump light kick into close heavy punch into heavy shoulder charge. The shoulder's a pretty standard combo ender. Next combo, we get to see our returning command normal in action. So crouch heavy punch into the slide, canceling the first hit into Ryuenbu. So did not let the second hit of the command normal rock. And then we go into a level 2 shoulder super. And ending the trailer, we finally see a max mode activation. Now it's just done raw, so not done in the middle combo or whatever, but we finally get to see it. And then kind of the traditional, I guess, King of Fighters 15 giant dump of supers. So level 1 into a level 2, climax cancel into a level 3. Once again, too many bars. KOF always works on 5 bars, so the max mode system has something to do with it. So it's close heavy punch into Ryuenbu. It was this regular version, into a level 1 shoulder super, from which she will go into a level 2 Kagero no Mai, which is basically just the big flame pillar super, as you can see here. And from that point, we climax cancel level 2 into level 3. So yeah, being in max mode or activating max mode or something has to be the culprit here why we can spend all these bars. In 14, you cannot be in max mode and do a level 1. It just doesn't work that way. It has to be bare minimum a level 2. And obviously that's not the case in this game, so this is effectively our biggest mystery right now mechanics-wise that they've shown us. How does this all work? I believe this works like King of Fighters 13, like the drive system, so max mode is now its own separate meter walled off from your regular meter, but I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Hopefully we find out sooner rather than later. But that said, hey, well, that's the Mai trailer, and honestly, pretty good trailer, pretty happy with it. Very happy they're updating the models even as we progress, so work is always being done, it would seem. And Mai seems a lot like her KOF 14 incarnation, just better. So with the addition of the new command normal, and I think specifically the way the mechanics are changing meter-wise will heavily lean in her favor, considering how meter-hungry she was already in 14. So an all-around solid character just looks to be getting stronger, so that works out for everybody. The other big thing is there's no women's team confirmation, so there is no women's team of Yuri, King, and Mai. So who is the women's team? In 14, it was King, it was Mai, and Alice. And Alice kind of sucks. I kind of hope Alice doesn't return, to be honest. Alice is like literally just Terry Bogard fangirl. Like, there's nothing more to her than that. I'd rather Lady Terry Bogard from SNK Heroine show up over her, to be honest. Like, Alice just sucks. But Alice, if she does come, well, you know what, I'll cover her trailer just like the rest. That all said, hey, that's the end of this video, so thank you very much for watching. Hope this video finds you well. Go out and play some King of Fighters.